Hi everybody. Let's take just a few minutes to talk about our skeleton outline, and I encourage you to take a look at the examples that I have provided because it's going to really kind of help take this from an intangible idea to a more solid explanation. The skeleton outline is a bare bones outline, and that's what I really want to emphasize. It's just ideas out. There's no paragraphs, there's no sentences, it's just basic ideas of what we want to talk about so that we can kind of see the organization of our ideas and how it will eventually lay out to our paper. We want to be sure that we include that working thesis at the top because it is a work in progress, and maybe as we work on the outline we're going to tweak that a little bit. Maybe not. It's essentially going to be a formalized list of the points that you intend on covering, including any background information, any opposing viewpoints, exploring that problem, any solutions that may or may not exist. I do say to include a brief conclusion, but what I mean by that is include the word conclusion as a bullet point because it's very hard to conclude something that you haven't actually written, so I certainly don't expect to have a conclusion in your outline. Just leave a space for it and we're good to go. This is a bare bones assignment, okay? Don't overthink it, but even as I say that, I encourage you to give it some clear forethought. This is going to be the scaffolding for your next assignment. So if we just kind of blow this off, it's going to have futurists be a little bit frustrated. So let's have our key points. These are the main ideas that I want to talk about, and underneath each of those main ideas, let's have at least 3 sub-points that we want to talk about. For a quick example, on my Firefly paper, I have to explain why Firefly is so awesome. So I'll have a main point, Firefly, and underneath that, demographic of audience, thematic ideas, character development. And that's enough for me to say, hey, I'm going to be explaining Firefly and why it's so awesome using these 3 sub-points. There is going to be no page length requirement for this, but do have a minimum of at least 3, 4, 5, 7 topics that you're going to be talking about and 3 subtopics underneath there. It's very loose, but remember, the less work we do now, the more work we have to do in the future. So let's use the time we've got and get that done, right? The nitty-gritty here, it does need to be written in your chosen doc style. Let's make sure that we have all of the necessary extras, including cover pages, abstracts, reference pages, and that kind of stuff. I do encourage you to not procrastinate until Friday or Saturday or Sunday to do this. Let's put some thought in it. Just use keywords. We're not looking for paragraphs of explanation or even sentences. There's FRI, which means it is a required assignment, and then again we do have our grading rubric there as well. So if you have any questions while you're doing this, let me know. We can connect on the general discussions forum, or we can connect more personally, text, email, or we can even talk in person. Let me know how you're doing if you have any questions. Don't stress about this too much. Let's just get our ideas out of here and onto paper. You got this.